Hello and welcome to this strength building 20-minute aerial yoga class. This class focuses on some strength building exercises as well to give you some techniques on how to make your yoga life easier. We start by standing in front of our hammock and you bring the hammock underneath your shoulders and you just let your upper body hang down. Just get comfortable in your hammock, on your mat. You can sway a little bit from side to side, or you can also stand still and just find some release of your shoulders. Now come back up again. Bring the hammock still on your back, almost like a bra strap, and then sit all the way down. Keep a 90-degree angle in your knees. You can rest your hands on your hammock or behind your head. And you can twist your upper body from side to side. Really try to make sure that your hips are not moving too far from side to side, but really keep them close. And now stretch your knees, straighten them, and then we swing from front to back like a standing plank. And then you come all the way back, bring your hands up in front of your body, and then you swing back to the front, put your hands down, and just keep this swaying motion. Really try to make a straight back when you're standing. You can come to your toes if you're in front. And now when you swung back the last time, just stay there, swing from side to side, and then slowly come up again. So now what we do next, we bring the hammock in front of us and you pull the hammock all the way down to your hip bones, and then just take a step forward with one leg, fold over your hammock, and then you just move your feet backwards until you're in a downward facing dog. You can release some of your weight over your hip bones into your hammock, and it doesn't really matter if your feet touches the ground or if they are still in the air. It's really just about releasing some of the weight in the hammock. Now the next step is you bring your left foot in the middle of your downward facing dog and you bring the other leg all the way up in the air. You can play a little bit around with straightening the leg. And now we switch sides. So bring the right foot in the middle of your downward facing dog. Lift up the left leg. Play here again with straightening the leg. And if you want to come out of this position, just walk all the way forwards until you can stand normally. And then what we do, we stay here down for a minute in the forward fold. You can also bring your feet to the sides if you have a belly and you wanted to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. You can grab your ankles, you can grab the hammock, and when you feel fine, just grab the hammock and lift yourself up again. So now what we do next, we stand behind our hammock and you bring the right foot in and then you grab as far as high up as you can, and we do some strength building. So you try to stand up in your hammock, but don't try to pull yourself all the way up. Really try to use the strength in your legs to pull yourself up. And we do this for a couple of times. Really try to make sure not to sway too much forwards and backwards, but really have the strength coming from your leg by really pushing your feet in the hammock, and just keep it going for like 5 or 6 times, and then stand down again. Bring your foot in your hammock, keep both feet pointing forward, and then come all the way down into a forward fold with one leg in the hammock. You can rest the hands on the hammock or you can grab your ankles, whichever feels comfortable for you. And so now you come back up. You bring your foot forward, like you're doing the splits. So you lift your back leg up to your toes and you bring your foot forward. And now we turn our foot to the side, both feet. So you want your left foot on the ground, pointing to the side, as well as your foot that's in the hammock. And then you grab the hammock with both hands and you really just push a little bit to the side. This will really, you will really feel it in your legs. And then just come back, twist your feet both in front again. And then instead of releasing your foot from the hammock, just bring your foot on the opposite leg. So just fold your knee, almost like a half seating posture. And then you can also lean forward a little bit. You would have to pull the hammock on both sides so that you can make some space for you. And now release your foot from the hammock and we switch sides. So bring your other foot in the hammock, really stand close to the hammock, grab as far up as you can, and then you push yourself from the strength of your left leg all the way up in this hammock like you're standing. Just repeat this for a few times as well. And again, try to really push your left foot in the hammock. Don't just pull yourself up the way, but really try to use the strength of your leg. Really feel it in your left leg, feel it burning. And now instead of releasing the foot, you bring the hammock to your ankle. You fold forward in like this half folding posture. And then you come all the way up, grab the hammock. Come on your toes on the right leg. And then just shift your weight forward. You can look up a little bit, really try to feel the split, keep a straight back, and then come back. Twist yourself to the side, so now your foot is looking to the side of your hammock. You can really feel the stretch on the leg that's in the hammock. And then you open up first, and then grab your hammock with one hand or both hands, and then just sway a little bit to the side. You don't have to go in a full side split. Just really feel the tension on your legs. And then come back to the middle and also bring the foot on the side of your opposite leg. You really need to push the hammock away from both sides again to rest your upper body. And really try not to make sure that your neck isn't collapsing all the way down, but you keep a straight back and keep a straight neck as well. So now you release your foot. So what we do now, you step in the hammock with the leg you prefer and you pull yourself up. Bring the other foot inside the hammock as well, so that you're standing in the hammock now. Just find a moment to center yourself, to notice the swaying of the hammock, just to really make sure that you're standing comfortable and safe. And what I want you to do now is you try to create some space between your feet. So you step with one leg a little bit more up in the hammock, and then you just step with the other leg as well. And if you've done this, you can now slowly slide your feet back together. And what we do next is we want to create some more strength building exercise. So you just grab onto your hammock and then you knee down. Just like you would want to sit somewhere, but just don't go all the way down. You just lower to your knees and then you pull yourself up again. You can also use your legs for a little support. Right now, this exercise is also about creating some strength in the arms as well. And you do this for a few times, and if you want to come out of your hammock, it's really easy. Just lower yourself down to your knees, pull one foot outside, and you're already sitting in the hammock. And then you can pull the other leg out as well, and you're sitting comfortable and safe, and you can just jump out of the hammock. And now bring the hammock again to this resting posture. Bring the hammock beneath your body, beneath your shoulders, and just hang out for a little bit. Calm down from the strengthening part of this exercise. So what we do now, we just shake it off a little bit. Just wiggle your arms, your feet, your legs. So what we want to do now, we want to do like one of the first classical poses in aerial yoga. So you step in your hammock again, one foot first, then the other. And then you just lean yourself back, bring the knees outside of your hammock, and then just slide all the way down. And then you pull the hammock apart with your hands. Bring your belly in and your chest in first, that you are stable. And then you bring one arm inside of the hammock and around first, and then the other. And you will feel completely safe. You won't be moving anywhere. You can make a mudra with your hands. You can rest them on your knees. If you feel uncomfortable, just grab your hammock again. Bring one arm out of the hammock, then the other, and then just push your foot forwards. And then you can lift yourself up to standing again. And then just come out of the hammock, lower down to your knees, release one foot, then the other. You can try again if you want to. You can pause this video here for a moment if you really want to try again, or you want to spend some time in this posture. I know that for beginners, this posture is not easy to do. So what we do next, we just do a little strength building also for this exercise, and another preparation what you could do. So you jump in your hammock and you stand up again, and then you just, for a few times, you just lower your body backwards and pull yourself up again with your hands. And then you lower your body back again and pull yourself up. You will see like this aerial flow is a lot of going in the hammock, going out of the hammock, but I know this isn't normally how you would flow, but it's a great exercise for learning how to enter your hammock and how to leave your hammock after a posture. And it's really about building the strength to feel comfortable with jumping in and out of your hammock. So now the next part is inside of the hammock. So you grab the outer edge of your hammock and bring it to the other edge of your hammock. And then you just stand in front of it and take it with both hands and bring it to your knees and just hop inside. And here we take a quick break. You can either rest your arms at the side of your hammock, or you can just let them hang outside of the hammock. And then just also what you can do, you can lie down a little bit and just have your arms holding onto the sides. You can just sit in your hammock, you can fold forwards. Just take a moment for a few breaths here to really feel the strength building and really feel like a little bit of your body waking up from the day or preparing for the day ahead. And just take a few moments here to stand still. So now what I want to show you is also a way of getting out of the hammock if you have some trouble with lifting yourself up and jumping out. So you can just grab the outer edge of your hammock and put it a little bit towards your bottom so that you have like this little resistance is gone that you have to jump. So you can just pull it a little bit more towards your bottom, just one side of the hammock, and then you can easily slide out of it if you're really having trouble with pulling yourself up and then jumping out. So this is a way that you can do and have a little bit more of an easy way to get out of your hammock. So what we do next, you stand in front of your hammock and you roughly grab half of the hammock and then you just jump in again. Bring the rest of the hammock underneath your body, just really lay all the way down, cover all of the body with the hammock. You can push the hammock with your feet if you're needing some more fabric on your feet, and we just let the arms hang outside for a little bit. So what I want you to do now is you lift your feet and push them against the strong sides of the hammock. You will find the place where your feet can rest comfortable, where you can really just push them to the sides and you don't have to use any force to keep them up. You can let your arms hang outside of the hammock again and just take a moment for a few breaths here as well. So now bring your feet back down again, rest them in the hammock, and now bring your head outside of the hammock. Grab onto both sides with your arms, pull your feet up again, really press them to the sides of your hammock, and we want to do another pose. And now what you do from your abs, you just push your body all the way up in the hammock. You really try to imagine your feet sliding up the walls on the sides of the hammock. And you're totally safe. Your shoulders are in the hammock. You can really fall out of it or anything. Just really make sure that you grab on tight to the edges of your hammock and then just really pull the feet up. You have to do the work from your abs, and just for a few times pull yourself up until your feet are all the way in the air, and then just lower down again in the hammock and then pull yourself back up again. Just really get some movement going, feel the posture. If you don't feel comfortable with being all the way switched up, just go all the way up until you don't feel comfortable anymore. Just really try to get those abs working. So if you did this now, just lay down in your hammock all the way again, cover your head. You can let the arms hang outside of your hammock if you like. You can also bring them inside. You did the work, you did a lot of strength building today, and I think now it's really time to relax a little bit. So you can straighten your arms for one last time, swing a little bit from side to side, feel the stretch on your side body as you swing from each side. Really try to stretch all the way you can, and then bring your hands in. You can cross them over your body if you want. You can keep them at your sides. You can let them hang outside of the hammock, and we do a bit of shavasana in the hammock, and we will do this for a few minutes. So if you want to practice now any more postures, or you want to try again with the 2 postures we did for beginners, you can really pause the video and just practice those a little bit more. Or you can, if you feel like you've done enough for today, just relax a little bit, take some deep inhales and exhales, and really feel your body, feel what movement you did today. You took some time for yourself, and just relax a little bit. So now slowly take a deep inhale, lift your arms, wiggle your feet, wiggle your hands, and then slowly let your legs hang outside of the hammock. You can swing your legs a little bit, swing your arms, and then grab the hammock and slowly come up to a seating position. And now one last tip, if you want to go out of the hammock, you can also grab both sides of the hammock and just really try to pull them towards you, that you have an easier way of lifting yourself up. And I thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I wish you a pleasant day. Bye.